Hauntings have taken place in the strangest of locations.
I've investigated quite a number of sites in Hollywood, including the old Houdini estate on Laurel Canyon Boulevard. All that's left is a staircase today. That the main mansion burned down decades ago. Many people have reported apparitions on that staircase. Some believe it to be the magician himself, Harry Houdini.
As you know, Houdini publicly was a skeptic as far as psychic phenomena was concerned. That's not uncommon. Most magicians, and particularly those at the level of Houdini, have had the same attitude or response, that psychic phenomena is not legitimate. And I think that Houdini felt so because he was able to create so many illusions himself, but they were done technically and mechanically.
Houdini made a pact with his wife. He said that if there were an afterlife, he would communicate a code to her.
One of these supernatural affairs to cover tomorrow night, Martha. If you're interested, come on along.
You give me a queer feeling.
But this is something worthwhile. Madame Houdini is going to try to contact her dead husband, the great Harry Houdini. You know, he promised to contact her within 10 years' time through a certain code, if such a thing were possible.
Yes, I remember reading something about it.
Tomorrow will mark the 10th anniversary of his death, and it'll be Madame Houdini's final attempt to communicate with him.
A very famous psychic, American psychic by the name of Arthur Ford, claimed privately to Mrs. Houdini that he did indeed have the code, and when they met, he gave her the code, and the next day she arranged for a press conference where she acknowledged that Arthur Ford had indeed provided the very precise code that Houdini had arranged with his wife. Now, the final aspects of the story are even more interesting. Mrs. Houdini had been involved with and was raised in a Christian church. She was a very devout and loyal woman to her church. And within a day after her public announcement, officials of the church called upon her and persuaded her to retract her statement, which she did do. And through to the end, she maintained that no one had ever successfully broken the code or provided it to her.
I'm glad to see you back, Madame. I could hardly wait. Was the seance a success?
Mary.
Yes, Madame.
There will be no more seances, Mary.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but they've proven a failure.
But they haven't. Not exactly. Mary, you knew my husband a long time.
Oh, yes, Madame.
And you remember what he always said about these things? That it was impossible for the dead to return. This proves he was right. For if it would have been possible, I would have had some sign from him in the past 10 years. Well, that is over. But I would have loved to have talked with him just once.
And I invest